Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the red Delhi Sultanate. We got 1puppypaw. Spawn on the north side as the Cyan Chinese. We got EL.loueMT. What's this? Okay, that's a lion. I don't know why. I couldn't recognize it from the back. Like, right now I was wondering if it's like a bobblehead or something of that sort from this angle. I couldn't realize what it was. I think that trophy there is facing the wrong direction. Shouldn't it be facing this way? Because that's where the default camera location's at? Sorry, I'm probably overthinking about it, but still. I don't feel entirely wrong. You, of course, have two deer deposits up north by sun. Those are close by. Pretty good location. 2 gold deposits and 2 stone deposits here as well. That's a pretty good spot. Maybe for secondary towns and help lock it down. Village fortresses would be quite good. This map does still have some good amount of large gold deposits here. And decent number of berries right here as well, which is Delhi's, oh, that's Chinese player I'm looking at. Delhi's one, of course, does get advanced berries, which he has both those berry deposits nice and safe with a deer deposit here. His other deer deposit spawn had been front, Imperial Academy now being established. He does have a couple tree deposits up front, so we'll provide him some good natural coverage, plus a small one to the ends of the earth. Take that, Globetard. You can see the ends of the earth over there. And of course got the Dome of the Faith being put on field, get some bargain bin scholars as opposed to the Imperial Academy to give you access to Imperial officials. And let's see, what else is there on the map to note? Number of cliff faces, which you can break through by chopping down all the trees. Take a bit of time to chop down all those trees. Now both players are aged on up. It's not common for Chinese players to go for fast Sultanate and or fast town center. Let's see what each player does. Got scholars. I think both players just maybe eyeing for the eco game. We do have 1 out of 4 Imperial officials. And we do have, yep, it's Delhi Sultan. He's just going for a blacksmith just to get that research going. And now we do have a stable being put on field. Red's eyeing bit of stability in his life, and so is Cyan. Look what it looks like when we see some Ghazi Raiders versus Horsemans. And something else to note as well, we do have a decent tree deposit here, so just a tiny little bit of an opening there. Doesn't take too much to wall off, but does wall off this small gold deposit. And that's actuality. Yep, the other counterpart, small gold deposit, is way over there, which also a little bit larger openings here, but still pretty small to wall off. And Cyan has gone for some professional scouts, so he's going to clean up some venison opponent's side of the map. He will claim. Let's see, there's currently 5 deer. Oh, nope, there's 6 deer there. So that's the only piece of venison he's obtained. A bit more difficult as it goes on. We got Ghazi Raiders here. The stable for the Chinese player was meant for these scouts. And of course, he has these 2 safe deer deposits here. So there's going to be no Song Dynasty just yet. Spearmen would be perfectly fine versus the Ghazi Raider, but also Horsemen would do just fine as well. We got 2 spearmans being trained on for Cyan, and the scouts bringing back some more, not bacon, but venison. And of course, in multiplayer, you can't pick up the bacon, the boar. In the campaign, however, you can pick up boar with professional scouts, though it's only really useful for a certain couple Mongol missions, in my opinion. There's a Mongol mission, it's like the second one, where there's a whole, like on top of a hillside, like 10 boar. I do also believe that, in my opinion, a professional scout could receive a bit of a buff. They should allow sheep carcasses to be picked up as well. So that's in. Oh, nice spear brace there. We'll stab the other one, gets the stun, takes out that one Ghazi Raider. And the spearman will go down. Spearman costs 80 resources, while Ghazi Raiders do cost 140. You have the hardened spearman upgrade as well. Hardened Spearman does increase the damage by 1, health by 10, and give them about +4 bonus damage versus cavalry. I'm not sure if it affects the bonus damage for elephants, but then again, if you're fighting Dark Age Spearmen against elephants, which are castaways at least, something went very wrong. We do now have the Barbican of the Sun, which is give him access to his Song Dynasty. Howdy, thank you. And seeing on your chatting from the YouTube live stream, you probably already know about, what was I have, like 850 Age of Empires forecasts? So I have plenty of backlog for you. If you want to somehow try to watch all that. I don't know if I can do anything special for a 1000th video. I'll have to find some extremely good replay. Cast it and hold it for another later patch, I don't know. We do have now the God's Raiders backing off. There's just too many angry men with pointy sticks, as well as horsemen who also have pointy sticks. Got a decent number of archers here to help engage the spearmen, but there's a little bit too many horsemen right now. Deadly Sultanate player needs got his own spearmen or more Ghazi Raiders. He has got 5 Ghazi Raiders in the field. Now he has his own professional scouts obtained, and now going to pick up the venison. Science now push forward with a decent force here. Has some Zunch news deployed in the field as well. Of course, one of the few economic advantages that Deadly Sultanate has, he allows him to capture secret sites early and get +25 income, which is actually very nice. It effectively gives you 3 villages worth of gold income, though it is contestable. Though Deadly Sultanate does also have some advantages where their infantry units, all foot soldiers, can build walls. Now the House of Learning being researched by Deadly Sultanate give access to 6 unique, powerful upgrades. I would say only about 4 of them powerful. The other 2 are sort of a bit of meh. But still, it's very nice. Now the Scholar now being engaged. Horsemen backing off from the Ghazi Raiders. He has 4 horsemen and a scout. And versus 4 Ghazi Raiders, so technically they will generally lose out the fight unless the scout takes some hits. Then he may be able to win. So I realized, well, I forgot to pull up my Twitch stream over there. Just had to bring that up. You have this sacred site decaptured, this sacred site decaptured, this one is currently captured, so we got +3 village income for the Deadly Sultanate. Another economic advantage he does have is, of course, the free upgrades, which take a long time, but it's honestly sort of hard to calculate that. I could actually take time and probably do mathematical calculations of +15% income versus the research time. What's the true difference of that? But of course, players don't sometimes immediately go for the economic upgrades, so you tend to get them earlier for Deadly Sultanate, even though they take longer research. So that is economic benefit. It's just one hard to quantify. I can quantify it to a certain degree, but not to the maximum degree. And also, when it comes to degrees, Fahrenheit's better than Celsius. We do have a good number of archers here engaging some Zunch news. Zunch news are, of course, excellent versus archers. Ghazi has decided not to advance his way forward. He does have +1 range damage. He does have +1 range armor. So all that's equal and neutralizing itself out. Got a Lancer here because he has gone for an earlier Castaway. That's one of the few things that he can get a bit of advantage on. It would take a bit of time for him to get any veteran research to get advantage there, so the Chinese player can just sort of stall out a little bit there. Spearmen still perfectly fine versus Lancers. Right now, Castaway's Man-at-Arms are probably a very good option, but he's gone for a stable archer composition, so Man-at-Arms are not really possible. He is also immediately going for the Pocky's upgrade, increase the range of archers and crossbowmen. Give him enough time. Since Spearmen are getting hits, the Horsemen will go down there. We do also have some crossbowmen being pulled by Red as well, which is actually not a good idea since he's not fighting against anything that require that crossbow. No heavy units Chinese for this age. Unless he wants to hit harder into Horsemen of his range units, that will make a bit more sense. Since after all, archers will do currently just 6 damage, and Horseman has currently 3 armor, so 3 damage, while crossbowmen hit for much harder, 11 minus 3, so 8. So if you need to get Horsemen, that's better, but I think it's still generally better to go for archers rather than crossbowmen at this current particular situation. Horsemen and Lancers advancing. Got a nice spear brace there. Also, archers get bonus damage versus spearmen. Lancer does go down there, thanks to that spear brace. It'll take a little bit of time for the Chinese player to deploy out any heavy units as well, even getting age ups, which does now obtain. Palace Guards do, of course, have lower armor, so archers still adequate versus them. Do now have the veteran Zunchinu upgrade, so it's going to be eyeing that. I also go for the veteran Spearmans. Imperial Examination being researched as well. Oh, Imperial Examination got nerfed rather than plus 40 to plus 80. Or 70 to 80. Or 80 to 70. We do now have the Vatican Sun take some damage there. Lights, of course, taking a lot of use from the veteran Zunchinus. Maybe it would have been better to go for the Honed Blades to get plus 2 damage on his Lancers, as well as Man-Arms. Lancers charge away forward, Spearmen were in the back line, so they weren't able to connect. Archers in just general move order, which will do just fine. We don't have Veteran Horsemen, nor will we. Of course, that's with our Castle Vision. The Chinese archers, or Deadly Sword archers, are still perfectly fine. Skull archers before, trying to claim that relic. Does gun down. Lance is still posing a bit of a problem. We need to see some Chinese crossbows. Starting to get some out now, but probably should have got them sooner. And Sheeple does go down. Sheep does not stop the capture of Sacred Sites. Never thought I would had to figure that out, but apparently sheep do not stop captures or decaptures. I have to say that hasn't really come up all too often, or at all. And a bit of walls there, but a little bit going to nowhere. Maybe that's the Edge's vision or explored region. Not sure. Way too many Lancers there to deal with a single Spearman, but taken out before it gains too much bonus damage there. Got some basic food collection technology for the Chinese player. And the other one has already claimed 3 relics and picked up a 4. The 5th is back here, so that's going to be in the hands of the Chinese. We do have some nests of bees being pulled up by the Chinese as well. So nests of bees and spearmen would be quite nice. Palace Guard wouldn't be half bad and mix them in so they don't receive bonus damage from the archers. A lot of urbanized terrain there causing issues for both sides, it seems like. Does lose a villager there. Nest of bees now floating the field, firing a volley onto the archers. Gets some damage there. Lancers back on off and push move forward. Archers and getting some hits on in. The Zunchinese are of course very good versus light units, or lightly armored units, I should generally say. Of course, the veteran Zunchinu upgrade will increase the damage by 1, while the veteran archer upgrade does increase the damage by 2, the base damage. And now, of course, Zunchinus have only 4.5 range, and now these archers fighting against do have 5.5, so 1 range in total is somewhat important. And now I've got a War Elephant. War Elephants are classified as heavy cavalry, so crossbowmen will do some good work versus them. Right now we do have a nice mix of crossbowmen and spearmen. War Elephants, of course, there's the Mouthhawk research. Gives elephants plus 10% movement speed, which gets them a bit more of a sweet zone, so they keep mostly keep up with Man-at-Arms, go from 1 movement speed to 1.1, while Man-at-Arms move at 1.2. So, effectively putting the same speed, it makes this upgrade I see as an army mobility upgrade, rather than a combat movement speed upgrade. Red will keep hold of that single sacred site there. Moon Blaze now being upgraded. I wonder if they updated so rather than be a weapon swap, it will actually, well, still do the weapon swap, but also apply show the +3 there while change the base damage. I do think it should do a +3 effect, then change base damage, so it's easy to convey that there's an upgrade providing +3 damage. Nice push straight forward, nails one of the nest of bees. Spearmen push straight forward, getting some good damage, but they're getting in trouble for being stuck behind. Good nest of bee volley there on the archers. War Elephant getting stabbed quite severely, and would like to go down. Will fall back. Scholar does not heal it up in time. 2 nest of bees now firing away, getting some damage, but got some nice hitting them. Both of those nest of bees go down, so all 3 nest of bees do go down. Signs starting to fall back. There's another nest of bee on the field. We do now have the veteran Gazi Raider research. Against those archers, Zinchu's will still be quite useful. We got the relic picked up by the Chinese. Give him a little bit extra golden come. And we got the Scholars trying to mend the Flushed Lancer. I think the Lancer just fall back, get healed on up, capture the Sacred Site. Plays probably too busy microing over here, which is perfectly fine. We do have the Palace Guard on the cornfield. And that 1 less armor really does make me feel the pain. Well, of course, that increased movement range also helps them move around the map, especially when it gets Yuan Dynasty. They just move almost fast as knights. Gazi does go down, more nest of bees. Got a keeping established center of the map. I wonder, he probably does not have Village Fortress research. That, of course, allow him to start researching Village Fortress. Chinese player, of course, is Song Dynasty. Only has the 1 town center at the moment, looks like. Which means that Song Dynasty did provide a decent amount of villager production. Red did kill off 3, Simon's only kill off 1. Still results in, at this current time, Chinese player gained 12 extra villagers thanks to Song Dynasty. You now have Tower Elephant being researched, or being employed in the field. Tower Elephants are neither heavy nor light, and they have absurd range armor. Those collecting berries won't last too long. That's a lot of villagers there. Villagers going to be shanking some Lancers. And those Lancers will get stuck there. Spearmen engage as well. Some of the villagers will go down. We'll lose a number of villagers, I think 4. And now the villagers do have textiles, so they have 75 health. I think Home Blades, those knights or lancers can re-shot them. Local doggo will be gunned down as the ATF wanted. And red will start getting the last 6 site there. Going to get the 6 site countdown in his favor. Or putting pressure on his opponent. We got multiple keeps in the field. And Village Fortress just got started queued on up. So you won't get any villager queues until that's completed. But red has called off a number of villagers there. And this site will be decaptured. Nothing here to stop these units. We also got a sign wall here. And soon to be gate. We do have a number of archers here, which is not going to be useful because the Lancer does not have too much health. 6 armor, so these archers will do 3 damage per bolt. Scholar gets on the sacred site there, focused down the Lancer, and was able to finish off the wounded Lancer. And now got a big sign force there. Remember as well, Barbican Sun is just only a glorified outpost with the hand cannoneer slit. So it can't hold back an army, it can only hold back a handful of raiders. Red cannot bring back these villagers, there's no gate here. And the sheep can't let them in. And Sign, of course, has built some walls there. We do have now the boiling oil being reached by the Sultanate, so village force is now complete. So he has at least 2 more villager queues by the fortresses. And we got 6 tower elephants deployed out by the Deadly Sultan player, going for 7th now. Tower elephants are expensive, but they do have 2 excellent archers. Each tower elephant does cost 1,000 resources. I do believe elephants are generally very good for the population, but they're very expensive for what they do. And now they've got the Great Gatehouse here to help protect the gold deposit and this sacred site there. I also believe that they should always build a little extra wall segments there, so in case the villagers need to evacuate the region, they can simply hop on top of the wall segments. Which is something I don't see people do all too often. They try to build a minimum amount of stone walls there just so to get the Great Gatehouse going. I also do love how in the most recent patch, or somewhat recent patch, they made it so now the Great Gatehouse has 2 actual weapons on top of it. I love that aspect, making usage of owned entities. Like the couple euros 217 pounder. I just love this aspect. For those who don't know, I'm also a couple euros 2 mod maker, so I know this engine very, very well. You know how these archers advancing, they will find the Great Gatehouse. It is 2 nested bees emplacements. Its 16 burst attack is, I think, inaccurate. I think each one does provide 8 burst. And they still retain siege damage, which is very important, which means they can defend themselves against battering rams reasonably. Not perfectly, but reasonable enough. And I think as well, they can do similar things well when it comes to garrison villagers, garrison outposts, and all that sort as well. Let's go town center. There is a mark in a couple euros. There are markers to allow units to fire from back garrison vehicles. They apply the same markers to town centers. So rather than using arrows, they could simply have units that can garrison side, display themselves, and fire off arrows. Also, they can use like crew entity actions and things of that sort, so they can use the same weapon. Is our academy now being born in the field? And I do believe the garrison action, the hold action, is utilized by the tower elephants, since I think they're just simply archer models with markers at the back inside of a garrison hold action that are unable to garrison. All this stuff can be done in Company Heroes 2, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to do in Age of Empires 4. We do now have the tower elephants for 4. His academy does give access to gunpowder tower elephants. So lots of decent field, and these archers do have high base damage, so they will punch the armor of these palace guard quite easily. These guys are classified as range, so nested bees should do bonus damage versus them as well. The keep has taken some damage there. Granted, the bonus damage versus range is just +2. Since Mangonels or nested bees, but more the journalist variant of the Mangonel. And continues firing away. They do have good base damage, but tower elephants can get very good range armor. I think they get up to 14. Something absurd. Of course, Chinese do get pyrotechnics, making their cannoneer units very good. However, archers do have bonus damage for select gunpowder, and with silk bow, they're still able to outrange them, making them still effective counter. Red's keep has gone down. Red is also eyeing for a keep right there. Sultanate has deployed out a good number of villagers there. Does want to deploy additional mining camp there to maximize the supervision effect. The other gold deposits in the map, so this is a priority target for both players. There's a small gold deposit in Red Sphere of Influence. We've got another gold deposit over here, soon to be in Cyan Sphere of Influence. Additionally, the trading post is here as well, so keeping the corner of the map here, the edge of the earth, the corners, one of the 4 corners of the earth, secured. He will have a good trade line in the future. Red has the same effect as well with the other corner of the map. It looks like the elephants are receiving a bit of healing there. Good damage there. Ah yes, the mosque provides healing aura, that's what it was. I was trying to think what it's causing it, but this forward mosque allows for forward healing for the elephants, which is very nice. Keep them by means pulling back elephants, basically like pulling back units of War Factory. Though I always wonder if people gets that Command and Conquer reference. Something pretty much from Kane's Wrath. Not Age Reller 3, mostly just Kane's Wrath pulling back units of the War Factory to get healed up. I watched a lot of Green Zero. For those who know that YouTuber. Doesn't really cast too much anymore. I remember watching the crap out of Green Zero, Cybert, General's Gentleman. Of course, people don't cast forever. There's a time frame where I just stopped casting as well. But then I decided to start casting quite a bit again. And quite a bit more. I think it went from like 1,000 videos, now I have like 4,000 or 5,000 videos. It'd be a great day when I have more video subscribers than videos. And I'm saying for YouTube subscribers, not the Twitch follower term and subscriber term. Great Gatehouse is still here. We've got the incendiary arrows from the elite archers. All are going to see silk bows. He's going for serpent gunpowder first. There's silk bowstrings. Palace Guard here, engaged by some elite man-at-arms. Elite Palace Guard. We do have Battle Hardened Research. Of course, I got the Honed Blades in return. It does not provide the +3. It does so do a weapon swap there, so it improves 3 base damage. It doesn't mean much. Elite Armor Tactics still do percentage multiplier with the Blacksmith upgrades or without them. It's one of those things I just sort of wish that they did the +3 effect and, of course, didn't change the model there. Just get a bit more readability. Palace Guard taking some damage there. +3 health or plus 30 health or +3 damage means they can take 3 divided by 10, 30 is 10. Granted, these guys who have the arm attacks, I think I just need to see what they look like when they're fully upgraded. I can't do offhand math like that right now. Too many variables, especially the variables yet to come. We've got some Armored Beasts now being researched as well, granting plus 20% health for his War Elephants and +4 ranged armor. Scout being pursued. An outpost here, pretty much for spotting, not for villager garrison. Like I said beforehand, a small bit of walls there could be a great way to sort villagers. At least from guys who want to try to punch them. Here comes elephants. Cannons do have a bit of bonus damage versus elephants. +62, so it's a okay counter. Not really a hard counter, honestly. After all, bombards and cannons and all that sort are still very expensive. So these are clock tower bombards, and you still got gunpowder to improve the damage. Or chemistry, that's the research. Oh wait, can't the Chinese not research gunpowder? They're supposed to get that automatically? Where's one of their universities? Yeah, they can't. Yeah, China can't research chemistry, can they? They're supposed to get it automatically, but I don't see the plus damage in the case of it. Mosque has been destroyed there. Dismounts the scholars there, immediately healing each other up. After all, being inside a class building tends to be not good for one's health. Scholar gets smitten by the bombards. These units pushing forward, so I'm trying to get a forward keeper to decapture to help provide presence towards 6 side there. Nesby is firing away against the archers. Got a good number of backline hand cannoneers. Palace Guard is still a pretty good option, help resist the archer lack of bonus damage. But these Tower Elephants do have the crossbow upgrade, giving them plus 12 damage versus heavy, as well as increasing the base damage, making them excellent versus Palace Guard. So Archer Tower Elephant is a powerful combination. Handful of Gauss Raiders push way forward, help engage the various backline units, such as cannons and hand cannons. Gauss Raiders are being teamed on up. Got a big round of bombard fire on the elephants, so looking them off. Of course, got the keep here, and Chinese keep are pretty good since they have hand cannoneer emplacements rather than arrows. Bombard firing away, getting some good damage there on the keep. Red's going to fall back now, and do have now the additional barrels research, increasing the barrel. Okay, now it does 3 shots. I remember it was originally 1. Then I think when they redid the siege stuff, it got increased to 2. Apparently now it's 3. And what is that gate? Does that gate even work? Did that destroy the small, like, can't enter here wall? I have no idea. Got a big wave of Lancers pushing on the flank. The villagers have breached the walls, and in order to escape out here, like I said, they can always escape the Lancers, they can always just go on top of wall segments. And can hear some good numbers. We do have now lack of Tower Elephants by the Delhi Sultan player. But yeah, his Academy does not provide gunpowder elephants, it provides the food collection. I was getting that off the other one. My bad. We have a keep here, and the gold collection is being supervised. Chinese player may need to start buying for traders. Got a number of elite man-at-arms. At least some man-at-arms can be very nice if you go for the other Age 2 landmark. One of the best man-at-arms in the game last time I did my math. Spearman pushing forward his good damage. The Lance are going straight for the bombards. Looks like Red's just simply not going for any more Talcons until those bombards are gone. Good damage there on the Red's hand cannoneers. Got a very good number of scholars here. They're trying to pay off their college tuition costs. As going to uni tends to drive up a lot of debt. Delhi Sultan GI Bill. Let's go with that. We do have now the Spearmen and Man-at-Arms or Palace Guard starting to get this integrated for Cyan. Of course, there's nothing much here to threaten Cyan's keep here. Bowling oil just got completed. Now got a red bombard here. Keep slowly taking some damage there. Science continues not too large number, and now got the Palace Guard straight forward. Some of the scholars getting killed off. That's about as effective as combat as modern day university people with university debt. We do have a number of those siege ups going down. Science does back off size wall. Does still have some gold income. Not too much gold remaining though. And he did not go for the final gold upgrade, which improves the drop-off rate, making your gold even more effective. Not collection rate, drop-off rate, so you collect up more gold from the deposits. Granted, it is a bit expensive side. Sounds good for good number of hand cannoneers, but will be countered out by the archers. Pulse guard straight forward. Not too... there's a decent amount of hand cannoneers by red. Science having trouble maxing. In fact, far from it. He has go from Nesabis. He has pitiful mail on the field. Red has a massive force on the field. Red is starting to run away with the game. And at this point in time, he may just outright win. Looks like Red may need to get out some forward siege weapons. Wait, he doesn't have siege engineers. He never queued up siege engineers? Or this could be just a replay bug since I probably have science selected. No, looks like Red never researched siege engineers, and Sign has back to the game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.